doing today? Well, I am back with another video for you. We're going to finish up with the series. You see, we're here on part 3, how much sugar is in your food. So I just want to introduce myself. We're going to jump right in. My name is Teresa T. L. Matthew. I am the founder of SAIR Nutritional Therapy. That is SAIR. nt.com. That's the website where you can find me. I do offer free nutritional assessments or fat loss assessments, and you can get that over there. If you go to sairnt.com/about, you'll be able to get an assessment. So we're just going to give folks an opportunity to come on in here and join us for those who want to. If you've got any questions, make sure you just go ahead and put that information in the chat and just let me know where you're coming to us from. Also, excuse me. Also, I am the CEO of Some Foods, the maker of Some Sweet. That is SUMSWEET.com. That sweetener that you saw at the beginning, if you were there, that sweetener right there that's sharing the screen with me. I'm going to go ahead and let it take over the screen. That is Some Sweet Plus. That is the most spectacular sweetener that there is on the market. So right now, if you're looking to quit sugar, to cut back on sugar, you want to transition from, a high sugar diet, or you was diagnosed with pre-diabetes. Maybe you know that you're a type 2 diabetic already. Maybe you're type 1 diabetic and you're looking for a sweetener that you can use that tastes absolutely fantastic. That tastes like sugar, tastes like the real thing. No bitterness, no aftertaste, no cooling effect, none of that stuff. Then you might want to give Some Sweet Plus a try, or Some Sweet a try. It is the most spectacular sweetener on the market. It does not have any of those things. It also does have some functional benefits, which I will be happy to share with you. But this helped me kick my sugar addiction. I was living in a sugar addicted body for well over, if I want to even count the years, but starting from around the time when I was like 16 or 17, started with sugar addiction. And that lasted well until my 50s. How about that? And this helped me to kick that sugar addiction. All right. So I just want to ask you, just let me know where you're coming to me from, where you at. Just go ahead and put that in the chat for me. Let me know. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. If you're watching this in the future, if you're watching this now, you're joining us in, thank you for watching. If you're coming to us in the future and you're looking at this, thank you for watching this video. Also, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you like this type of content. But without further ado, we're going to continue on with how much sugar is in your food. I'm going to go ahead and get back to the screen here. So I want to do just a little bit more housekeeping here. When we are talking, I'm going to put up some infographics here. And the infographics I'm going to put up is going to make mention of the amount of food or the serving size. Just want to let us know that 150 grams is equivalent to 5.29 ounces. And that is just a little bit over a half a cup. Okay, and so that's a little bit over half a cup. Half a cup is 4 ounces. 1 cup is 8 ounces. A quarter cup is 2 ounces. Just so we have an understanding of what those measurements are, because we're going to be referring to things in grams. That's how it's written on the back of your food packages. It's written in grams. And well, there's some ounces there too, but it's written in grams. So we have talked previously about the different foods, and so now we're going to just go on with the common breakfast foods. So we're going to look at first of all, before I get to the common breakfast foods, we're going to start with let's go with the brown. Let's go with the brown foods here. White, brown, and green foods. And then we're going to go ahead and get to the breakfast foods. So I'm going to go ahead and let that take over the screen with this infographic here. There you go. So you should be able to see that pretty good. And let me get mine up that I can see. Excuse me. It don't look like I got water here in front of me. All right, let me grab me some water. Give me just a second here. Alrighty, I'm back. Thank you for waiting for me. Don't want to see you here. All right, so we're going to discuss the white, brown, and green foods. And for those of you who are listening, I will be reading to you what is on the screen. So it's white, brown, and green foods. We're going to go over the glycemic load, grams per serving, and the serving size. And how does each food affect blood glucose compared with 1 4-gram teaspoon of table sugar? All right, so first up is white rice. And white rice is 26 on the glycemic load, but it for 150 gram serving, and remember I said 150 grams is about a half cup, a little over half cup. You get 9.6 teaspoons of sugar in white rice. Brown rice is a 20 on the glycemic load, and for a 150 gram serving size, you get 7.3 teaspoons of sugar. White bread is 22 on the glycemic load, and for that you get for a 60 gram serving size, which I think is equivalent to like 1 slice of bread, you get 8 teaspoons of sugar. And brown bread, which would let me tell us what brown bread is, because I'm not sure, because that's not exactly like a whole wheat bread. So brown bread, that was my fear if I clicked into this thing. Okay. Okay, let me make sure you guys are hearing me, because I had something muted here, so so I hope that was playing and recording me there. It looks like it was, so hopefully it was. So we're gonna go over what is brown bread. Brown bread. Brown bread is a bread made from whole grain flour, usually wheat, is sometimes dark in color, such as colored like molasses. So, excuse me. So brown bread, okay, so I guess it is a whole wheat bread. It says it has a significant amount of whole grain flour, usually wheat, and sometimes dark colored ingredients such as molasses. I think that's the reason why, because it has that molasses in it, was going to give it that brown, that really rich brown color that it's referring to. So anyway, so brown bread is 16.2 on the glycemic index. A 60 serving size, again, 1 slice is 6 teaspoons of sugar. White spaghetti is 18 on the glycemic index, the glycemic load, and it's 180 gram serving size. So we're really getting closer to that let me see, 180 is going to put us at 6.34 ounces. So we're getting closer to that 1 cup mark with that. But that is still just a little over half a cup for the white spaghetti, 180 gram serving, 6.6 teaspoons of sugar. And spaghetti brown, again, this would be like the whole wheat spaghetti, 17 on the glycemic index, 180 gram serving size of 6.2 teaspoons of sugar. So, you know, I know for a lot of us, we think that when we switch over to eating like the whole wheat, we think that we're doing a lot better. I mean, it's marginally, and I mean by a slim margin. You have 6.6 teaspoons with white spaghetti, 6.6 teaspoons of sugar, and with a whole wheat spaghetti, it's 6.2 teaspoons of sugar. Now, if you really want to do something good, there's broccoli here, the green foods. Broccoli, also salad leaves, courgette, which we did talk about, is like zucchini. That is 0.3 on the glycemic index for a 250 gram serving size. And if we want to know what 250 grams is, it's way more than 180, right? But 250, it does put you at just over a 1 cup serving. And you can eat as much of this as you want because it's 0.3 on the glycemic index. A 250 gram serving size is 0.1 teaspoons of sugar. So essentially 0 teaspoons of sugar. So, oh yeah, and the note does say down here, which if I would have looked that far down, the brown bread and spaghetti are wholemeal. Rice and spaghetti boiled, and 60 gram of bread is 2 slices. Okay. If I would have just looked down, I would have seen that. But I didn't look down. But 60 grams of bread is 2 slices. So let us know. So that let me know. And see, I wasn't reading ahead. But anyway. But as you can see, all of this has a lot of additional sugar. So how much sugar are you getting when you think that you're doing better by eating like whole grains and all of that? You can see or you can hear that the sugar is marginal. I mean, white bread, yeah, with the bread, white bread is 8 teaspoons, brown bread is 6 teaspoons. But white rice is 9.6, brown rice is 7.3. Spaghetti, the gap is even smaller. White spaghetti, 6.6, brown spaghetti, 6.2, which is whole wheat. So, but where you're really cooking with Crisco, as they say, is with the veggies. Broccoli, salad, zucchini, foods like that. You're really getting into the low numbers as far as carbs are concerned. So that is the white and brown foods. We're going to move right on into looking at the breakfast, a healthy breakfast, cereals, toast, and fruit juice. So we're looking at the food item and how much does each food affect blood glucose compared with 1 4-gram teaspoon of table sugar. So if you have bran flakes, a 30-gram serving size is 3.7 teaspoons of sugar. This is just a breakfast. Milk, 125 milliliters is 1 teaspoon of sugar. Brown toast, 1 slice. Okay, 30 grams serving is 3 teaspoons of sugar. And pure apple juice, which I would never have. That is just, pure apple juice is just like straight, it's like syrup to me. It is so sweet. But it's 200 milliliter serving size is 8.6 teaspoons of sugar. So, you know, for total breakfast, with your breakfast is 16.3 teaspoons of sugar. So this is useful information for those with type 2 diabetes making dietary choices. And, you know, that's 16.3 teaspoons of sugar. And none of it is according to these foods, they're probably not added sugar because milk has lactose, which is milk sugar. Brown toast has probably got some added sugar there, but that wheat is going to be giving you sugar. So most of these are just like naturally occurring, but you can see the apple juices. Usually they don't have to add sugar to apple juice. I don't know whether they do or not. But apple juice by itself is naturally sweet. So when you're pretty much taking an apple and you're removing all of the fiber and reducing it down to the juice. So yeah, and it's gonna, that's just a concentration of just straight juice. And that I would never advise anyone to have just like apple juice for with their breakfast. That's just too much sugar. That's too much sugar. I think this breakfast would be fine with if you eliminated the apple juice and just drank water. What do you think, Mom? Or a cup of coffee?
I didn't know apple juice had that much sugar in it. But yeah, I'd rather drink a cup of coffee
with your breakfast.
Sweet. That's what I do anyway.
Yeah, a cup of coffee with some sweet. Yeah. So yeah, but that apple juice, yeah, that just really took that breakfast to the next level of sweetness with sugar. Yeah. So that's the breakfast, but so we're doing pretty good on time here. I just want to, let's see here. So we've covered all of these. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, go ahead and leave them. I'm trying to get over here to see if I can see the comments here. If there are any comments, got any questions, any foods that you are concerned about the amount of sugar?
Well, I was kind of worried about crackers, like the red crackers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most people eat a lot of those. They think they're gonna eat a cracker or whatever, and it's better form. So I was looking at the red crackers, and it has 5 red crackers is a serving size. Mm-hmm. That's kind of small, but most people eat more than 5.
Yeah, I know I would eat more than 5 for sure. Like that whole sleeve, right?
But
yeah, how many is in a sleeve?
Well, it depends. Now they're gonna start making a box with the shorter. But yeah, you can get 2 or 3 of them little short ones and have the full one. But like I see where it has 1 gram of sugar.
Okay, that's added. Mm-hmm.
And total carbs is 10 grams.
So the total carbs for 5 crackers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 5 crackers is gonna in 10 total carbs. That includes that 1 gram of sugar, that added sugar.
Right.
Okay, so 10 total carbs. That's gonna put you at like 2.5 teaspoons of sugar for those 5 crackers. Yeah, because remember, if you go back and look at our chart, let me see if I can pop that back up. It's just gonna pop into the screen with me. Let me get it. Let's see. Oh, what the heck did I just do? That's my countdown video, y'all. I'm not trying to have a video. It's like I'm trying to push the wrong thing. And where'd my chart go? All right, here we go. All right, so if you see there, 4 grams is 1 teaspoon. So And you said how many carbs? It was 10?
10.
So 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 2, which would be 2 grams, which would be a half a teaspoon. So it's 2.5 teaspoons of sugar that is in those 5 crackers. Yeah. So that's 2.5 teaspoons in those 5 crackers.
Yeah, but when you eat another 5, that's 10, which that's mostly the way it goes.
So that would be
So
5. Yeah, 2.5 would then be 5 teaspoons. So that would be 10 crackers. Yeah.
but it's still better for you than bread, isn't it?
Well, that was what, 10 crackers?
Mm-hmm.
10 crackers with what, 5, yeah, 5 teaspoons of sugar, and the bread, a slice of white bread would be 8 teaspoons, and a slice of brown bread, I'm sorry, 2 slices. Let's see. Well, no, a slice of brown bread would be 3 teaspoons, and a slice of white bread would be 4 teaspoons. So you're about equal.
Okay.
Yeah, you're about equal. So, yeah, that's about equal. Not gonna really get away from it very much with, with because they're based with flour, so yeah. So it just depends, it kind of goes into what you actually put on the cracker. What are you gonna put on the cracker? If it's cheese, yeah, you're gonna be good. If it's cheese and a slice of meat, or a little piece of meat or something, you're going to be good. But if you're going to get over into like peanut butter, because they add sugar to peanut butter, then you're looking at some added sugar there. Plus, peanut butter has naturally occurring carbs itself. So you're going to be looking at that. Or if if you put jelly on it, or I don't know. Really, you don't put peanut butter and jelly on crackers on. Who does that? I never would. But you would do that on bread. So
Yeah.
And you would have more surface size to actually for that peanut butter and jelly to go on. So you would probably eat more added foods, added sugar type foods on top of your bread than you would on your cracker. Yeah, than you would on the cracker, because you have more surface size on that bread, and you can pile that up. You can pile that up pretty good on that bread. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's kind of the way that goes. I mean, there's no way of really getting around it, people. No way of getting around it. There's a lot of added sugar in the foods that we eat. I mean, there just is. So there's not much that we can do about it. And sugar is naturally occurring, but we need to know how many teaspoons of sugar is actually in the food so that we can monitor our foods. Now, because remember, because what we're talking about today is just natural. Most of this was just naturally occurring sugar, not going with added sugars, right? So these are sugars that are naturally occurring. But the problem is that you'll have those sugars that are naturally occurring, and then you'll also have those foods that have added sugars. Like, for instance, like I mentioned, the peanut butter. Peanut butter has added sugar to it. There's sugar added in the peanut butter. Um, if you were even gonna have like a jelly, like jelly, which probably isn't even really made with real fruit anymore, like grape jelly or whatever, but it's gonna have added sugar, right? So there's gonna be added sugar if you have peanut butter and jelly. So you're looking at something with added sugar. So you can have your bread with some sugar that's more naturally occurring because of the grain, and then you're gonna add your peanut butter that has carbs in it itself with some added sugar, and then the jelly. Say if you were using, let's say, strawberry jam. Let's just go with strawberry jam because I know they still put, fruit in there. So you would have the strawberries with sugar, natural sugar occurring, and then you would have the additional sugar that's in there. So that you can see how the sugar adds up, and what we're really referring to when I'm talking about this in our sugars is the added sugar, because you want to make sure that that's where you really, I mean, if you are in a sugar addicted body, you want to watch all your sugar intake. So you really want to monitor that. And so then you want to eliminate, if you sugar addicted, diabetic, pre-diabetic, this is where you want to be monitoring your sugar, insulin, otherwise insulin resistant with metabolic issues. This is where you really want to be monitoring your sugars. You want to monitor all sugars, and you especially want to monitor and eliminate added sugar. That's what we're talking about here. Added sugar, not sugar that is not just sugar that is naturally occurring, because we can, you can't avoid that. But what you can avoid is the added sugars, and we add plenty of sugar to our diet. There's plenty of added sugars. Like for instance, they add sugar to tomato to pasta sauce, right? So you'll get pasta sauce and it'll have added sugar to it, but they add the sugar because it's acidic and they want to cut some of the acidity and kind of balance it out a little bit, flavor wise, the flavor profile. And so they add sugar to it, which is what makes your pasta sauces taste really so, that's what makes it taste so good. We're not just talking about cakes and cookies and pies and things like that, because there's added sugar in a lot of different foods. I'm trying to think what else, because like I cut out so much stuff. Like if I went into my pantry to try and find something with added sugar, I probably wouldn't find very much. But I'm pretty sure there might. Oh, remember I said I was talking us, and I told us that one time about mayo. I said I should have brought mayo here to see if it was in like every jar of mayo. But check your mayonnaise if you do like mayonnaise. I had a packet of mayo, and that mayo had high fructose corn syrup in it, and I was like, what is that doing in there? So that's added sugar. And I mean, mayo is supposed to just be like, I guess, like some seasonings and little seasoning, put seasoning and everything, but little seasoning and some egg, um just more, I think it's more like egg yolk or whatever, egg yolks and oil. That's basically what mayo is supposed to be. It's not necessarily, I don't know if I ever seen a recipe of mayo, because I just seen it just like that, just like some eggs and and some oil, and you blend it. Um, but that makes up mayo. What else can I think of for added sugar? Oh yeah, well, lots of things that where you wouldn't expect it, like maybe even in your um salad dressing. Of course, we mentioned mayo, so your salad dressing would have added sugar. Barbecue sauces and red sauces of any type, like that, condiments, ketchup is loaded with sugar. Um, Yeah, so that's where you will find a lot of added sugar, like in your condiments. In addition to, I'm saying in savory things where you would not be expecting there to be sugar. Just about any sauce, any one of those Asian sauces out there, that you would be looking to ask for something to make homemade Chinese food, that's going to have some additional high fructose corn syrup or regular sugar or whatever in there. It's going to be added sugar in there. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there are a lot of foods, but just check the back and read your nutrition label. And if I don't know if you guys know how to read the nutrition label. It's pretty straightforward, but what the bottom line, what you're going to be looking for, because whether or not it has added sugar or not, what you're going to be looking for is your total amount of carbs, and your total, and carbs are always in grams. So it's going to tell you the total carbs that's in there, and you're going to take that total carbs and you're going to divide that by 4. That's going to tell you how many teaspoons of sugar is in that serving size, right? So you're going to take your total carbs and divide it by 4, and that's going to give you your the amount of teaspoons of sugar, the sugar equivalent in that serving size. And if you know that you're trying to have like so many teaspoons of sugar per day, then you can monitor by there. I mean, if you are sugar addicted, keto, or diabetic, pre-diabetic, you're gonna know how many, where you're trying to stay as far as grams of carbs. But if you're diabetic and pre-diabetic, you might want to further monitor the amount of sugars, or even just the carbs if you just want to go by carbs. But at least that lets you know how many teaspoons there are in your food. So once again, I just want to just let you know that if you want to get a nutritional assessment, you can go over to sairnt.com, and that will allow you to get a nutritional assessment. Just click on About and follow the screen on down, and you will see that. If you want to get the most spectacular sweetener that there is on the market, you can go over to sumsweet.com, SUMSWEET.com, and you'll be able to get the sweetener as well. Remember, I am wearing a shirt, by the way. I don't know if it looks, but yeah. So, but a tank top. It's summertime, you guys. And hot. Okay. But if so you should be able to get the coupon code DIF shirt, DIFSHIRT. Should have created a little thing for the screen for that. Let's see here. DIFSHIRT. So you can see that. Let me show it to you there. So make sure that you get the coupon code for today. It will expire at midnight. And if you like this content, if you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up the video. All right. And yeah, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on SAIRNT at YouTube. That's the channel. That's SAIRNT. Stands for SAIR Nutritional Therapy. SAIR is Sugar Addiction is Real. All right. Follow us over there. Follow us on YouTube so that you can share these videos with your family and friends. All right. That's I'm gonna wrap it up for today because I'm trying to keep the broadcast, trying to keep it short and sweet. Ha 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 ha. Like that, short and sweet. I can't get away from sugar. Can't get away from the sweet stuff. All right. But anyway, so trying to keep it short. And so that's going to wrap it up for today. So again, thank you for tuning in, and peace and blessings, y'all.